All right, hey guys, welcome back to 234 in my Casa. So we're gonna do a recipe review video today, and this recipe comes from Mansa Queen on YouTube. I'm gonna link her channel. Sorry guys, I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna link her channel in the description box of this video. She did a boxed cake hack, and so we're gonna follow her boxed cake hack and see how it comes out. I'm gonna bring you all over, show you the ingredients, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all over here in just a second. Guys, and for this chocolate boxed cake, I'm gonna be using homemade chocolate buttercream icing. I'll do a separate video for this, but I'm gonna go ahead, it was in the fridge, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this out, and this is what we're gonna be frosting our cake with, okay? And the cake mix that I'm gonna be using is Duncan Hines, just like Mansa Queen. She used a Duncan Hines vanilla. I'm gonna use a Duncan Hines, looks like it's a dark chocolate fudge, okay? Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and place the cake mix into a mixing bowl that we're gonna use pudding mix with the cake mix, okay? So since it's a chocolate cake mix, we're gonna be using chocolate instant pudding, okay? And this is a 3.9 ounce box of chocolate pudding. All right, and then on the box, asks for 3 large eggs, and so we're going to increase that by 1 egg. So we're going to have 4 eggs that we're going to place in the mixing bowl. Okay, and then next she also adds in half a teaspoon of vanilla. And her cake, I think, was either a vanilla cake or lemon, and she added in some lemon extract. So I'm gonna add in half a teaspoon of cake batter extract, okay? So I'm gonna get that added. That's vanilla, half a teaspoon of vanilla and half a teaspoon of cake batter extract. All right, and then Duncan Hines asks that you use a cup of water. We're gonna use a cup of room temperature buttermilk, and that's the same thing that Mansa does in her video, is add in the buttermilk as a replacement for the water. And this is whole fat buttermilk, not low fat. All right guys, so in her video, she doubles her oil or melted butter. I think in hers, it required 1/3 of a cup of melted butter, so she did 2/3 of a cup. My particular cake mix requires a half of a cup of oil, so we're gonna do a whole cup, we're gonna double it, a whole cup of melted butter. And make sure that your butter is at room temperature, okay? Because you don't want your butter to scramble your eggs that are in your cake batter. All right, and so then now we're gonna get this mixed. The box, she followed the box's directions in terms of mixing requirements. And so the mixing requirement is to start off at a low speed mixing for 30 seconds and then bump it up to medium for exactly 2 minutes. I'm gonna start off on our low speed for 30 seconds. And it's been 30 seconds. We're gonna bump it up to medium for 2 minutes. Okay, we have about 40 seconds left, so I'm gonna go ahead and lower this down and scrape the sides for the last 40 seconds. Scrape the sides down and underneath just to make sure everything is well combined, and then continue mixing on medium speed for that additional 40 seconds. All right guys, so it has been the 40 seconds. I've got this all mixed together, and you can see underneath there's nothing dry or anything like that. Everything is well combined. And so per the instructions on the back of the box, it states that we need to go ahead and get this immediately added to our pan. And I'm gonna be using a 9 by 13 inch cake pan, just a 1 layer as I always do. And I already have this sprayed and greased, so go ahead and get your cake pan either floured with butter, or you can use a spray if you're using like if you're gonna do a chocolate cake. Spraying your pan is fine. All right, so I'm gonna place the batter in the cake pan, and this is very thick. She mentioned that in her video about her batter being very thick, and so this is really, really nice. And just make sure you have for this particular cake mix, it says to bake it at 350. So I've got my oven preheated. I'm gonna convect bake at 350. And like I said, for your darker cake, you can spray your pan. If you're using like a lighter cake, like a vanilla, you're gonna want to flour and butter your pan, because the spray, the nonstick spray will darken the outside of your cake, okay? So if you don't want it dark, just flour and butter your cake pan, okay? All right, guys, so I'm gonna tap this cake, got it in the pan. And now we're gonna place it in the oven at 350. And on the directions, it says for 13 by 9, 26 to 31 minutes. I'm convecting, so it's gonna bake a little bit quicker than that. So I'll bring you all back. I'll start checking it at about 20 minutes or so. But I'll bring you all back when it's coming out of the oven. And I'm gonna also show you all how to get your icing ready to ice your cake if you've had it in the fridge for a couple of days, okay? All right. All right, guys, so we've got this American buttercream chocolate icing, and I'm gonna go ahead and place it in the mixing bowl for us to start mixing it and bringing it back to life. It's been in the refrigerator for about 2 or 3 days, okay? Okay, and so we've got that added. Okay, and so when I make my American buttercream icing, I always use a paddle attachment. I'm gonna use this whisk, and I'm gonna add just a little bit of heavy whipping cream. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on high, and I'm gonna let this mix for about 5 minutes. Okay, y'all, so the icing is ready. The American chocolate buttercream icing, this is done. I was just flattening it out off camera, so I'm just gonna show you all what I was doing, which is just flattening it out, getting the air bubbles out of it. And we'll get ready to, what I'm gonna do is get a piece of the cake without any icing on it, because this is my homemade frosting. So we'll do a taste test of the cake without any icing or anything on it, okay? Okay, guys, so this is the Mansa Queen box cake hack. And so there's a piece of it there. This is a corner piece, but that's the crumb on that. And this, of course, is a edge piece, okay? That's what it looks like right out of the cake pan. And it's good. It really, really is. And so I will go ahead and rate Mansa Queen's recipe. I'm gonna give it a gold star. Instead of it, you know, what do we do if it fails to meet the bar, or give it a gold star, what have you. So I'm gonna give this particular recipe a gold star. It is excellent. The crumb is nice. Tastes like it's from scratch. Very, very moist. I can't say anything bad about it, really. It's really, really good. Okay, all right. All right, y'all, so I've got the cake iced. I'm gonna go ahead and do a taste test. I'm not gonna eat a whole, I have a date tonight. So it's not too much that I wanna fill up on. I don't wanna get full before I go. But it's the inside of the cake, okay? That's the icing. And you can actually see, I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer because you can see like the moisture in the cake. I mean, like I said, I give Mansa Queen a gold star for the hacks that she has for box cakes. It really, really did work. This is an excellent, excellent box cake hack, and excellent, excellent buttercream frosting. Okay, that's my last bite. But here, see that? This is so good. All right, guys. Well, I will see you all back here at 234 in my casa for more videos, and you all have a great evening. Lots of peace, prosperity, joy, happiness, bliss, and I'll see you all next time.